The Samsung S23 and S22 Ultra are the most highly anticipated smartphones. Both are packed with features that are sure to impress even the most demanding users. While the S23 has the biggest upgrades in Samsung's lineup, the S22 isn't much of a difference. In today's video, uncover the Galaxy S23 Ultra versus Galaxy S22 Ultra, whether it'll be hard to upgrade. With the release of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Samsung is trying to re-establish its position as the leader in the smartphone industry. The Galaxy S23 Ultra has been the subject of much speculation that would attempt to replicate the success of the S22.
That bet would be true.
Here though are the details you need to know to decide whether or not the Galaxy S23 is a desirable upgrade. Galaxy S23 Ultra versus Galaxy S22 Ultra. Design and display. When comparing the Galaxy S23 Ultra to its forerunner, you can get the two devices mixed up. The interior and the location of the camera on the back of the S23 Ultra may be the most noticeable design modifications.
Oh, okay.
Also, one of the only ways in which the S23 Ultra may be different from its predecessors would be if it included an under-display selfie camera, narrower side bezels, or some other kind of innovation. The massive and gorgeous 6.8-inch Quad HD display is also expected to be included in the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra.
Sounds interesting.
Both handsets have 1440p resolution dynamic AMOLED displays that refresh at an automated rate of 1 to 120 Hz, making it difficult to distinguish between them.
What is all this?
The ultra-bright 6.8-inch AMOLED panel and 120 Hz dynamic refresh rate make the display on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra one of the greatest ever on a smartphone.
Wow!
They also have the greatest water and dust resistance rating, IP68, of any mainstream flagship. Both have a USB-C connector on the bottom, but neither has a 3.5mm socket for headphones.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Since the Ultra series has taken over the S Pen, you can expect it to include a bigger screen than previous versions and continue to sport the same design as the Galaxy S22 Ultra. However, we don't know whether or not Samsung will make any major modifications to its characteristic look. In any case, we are keeping our fingers crossed that Samsung will boost the S23 Ultra's screen brightness. Maybe it has to be brighter than the S22 Ultra's maximum of 1750 nits. To the best of our knowledge, we may expect steady iteration and improvement rather than a radical transformation. One key distinction between the S22 Ultra and S23 Ultra is that the latter is powered by the cutting-edge Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. Find out more in the upcoming minutes. Galaxy S23 Ultra versus Galaxy S22 Ultra. Cameras. The quality of a smartphone's camera is often the deciding factor for tech enthusiasts. When it comes to flagship phones, the camera is everything. Samsung's quadruple camera system on the Ultra series and the full space zoom idea has been very successful.
Wow.
With its new 200-megapixel image sensor, the S23 is expected to produce stunningly detailed photos and videos, even in dim lighting. The 200-megapixel sensor is a significant upgrade compared to Samsung's previous sensors. The new 200-megapixel camera on the S23 Ultra will have a useful sensor size of 1/1.3-inch sensor that can capture images at a lowly f1.7 aperture.
That's pretty good.
Slightly bigger than the 1/1.33-inch of the S22 Ultra sensor. There is a 40-megapixel front-facing camera, and the 3x and 10x optical zoom dual telephoto lenses are also anticipated. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for regular technology updates. Galaxy S23 Ultra versus Galaxy S22 Ultra. Performance and software. If there is any discernible difference between the S22 Ultra and the S23 Ultra, it is that the S23 Ultra uses the brand new Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 CPU, while the S22 Ultra uses its Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. Considering the improved efficiency and increased power of the Gen 2 model, there's really nothing here to wow you. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 improves upon the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 in both performances by up to 35% and efficiency by up to 40%. Qualcomm calls it an AI marvel that defines a new premium standard for connecting computing. Additionally, total graphics performance is boosted by 25% and battery life is prolonged by as much as 45%. Moving on, the Galaxy S23 Ultra will very certainly ship with Android 13 pre-installed, unlike the Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is yet to receive the Android 13 update. In this case, the only change is the upgraded Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 CPU that will be soon included in the S23 Ultra. In that case, Which of the two phones do we recommend? Both the Galaxy S23 Ultra and the Galaxy S22 Ultra are excellent smartphones from Samsung. See which one shines the brightest in the next few minutes. Galaxy S23 Ultra versus Galaxy S22 Ultra. Battery life and charging. Speculation is that the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra will use a slightly upgraded version of the same 5000 mAh battery seen in the Galaxy S22 Ultra. There have been talks of a new stacked battery design under development at Samsung that would bring about increased density without a corresponding rise in size. If this is accurate, then the S23 Ultra will feature a battery with a capacity of at least 5500 mAh, letting it last all day, even longer than Samsung's own S22. Samsung's flagship smartphones have struggled with battery life in the past, but the S23 Ultra's introduction of Qualcomm's newest processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, may finally be the moment they succeed. Nonetheless, we don't anticipate a major divergence from the S22 Ultra. The bottom line: the market is full of different types of smartphones these days. It can be hard to know which one to choose when they all have their own unique features. The Samsung S23 Ultra and the Galaxy S22 Ultra are both great phones. The S23 Ultra is a newer model with some updated features. However, there are some key differences. The S23 Ultra has a better camera, more storage, and longer battery life. On the other hand, the S22 Ultra is a bit cheaper and has a slightly higher screen resolution. In the nutshell, the Samsung S23 Ultra, when released, will be a great phone. It has a lot of features that the S22 Ultra does not have. Therefore, the S23 Ultra is a better phone than the S22 Ultra. The Galaxy S23, a cutting-edge smartphone that comes with all the bells and whistles, will be Samsung's most recent and most cutting-edge smartphone to be made available to the public to date.
Wow!
Want to know some of its unique features? Watch our video, Samsung S23 Ultra, a new record, 5G first look, camera, and incredible features. Thanks for watching today's video. We'll see you in our next video.